Nothing truly valuable arises from ambition or from a mere sense of duty. It stems rather from love and devotion towards men and towards objective things. The man who thinks he can and the man who thinks he can't are both right. Start writing, no matter what. The water does not flow until the faucet is turned on. What is of the greatest importance in war is extraordinary speed. One cannot afford to neglect opportunity. Don't ever take a fence down until you know why it was put up. Maneuvering with an army is advantageous. With an undisciplined multitude, most dangerous. Ignorance is the night of the mind, but a night without moon or star. Make improvements, not excuses. Seek respect, not attention. If fate doesn't make you laugh, you just don't get the joke. Heaven is like an egg, and the earth is like the yolk of the egg. Be mindful, be grateful, be positive, be true, be kind. A petty thief is put in jail. A great brigand becomes a ruler of a nation. Fix your mind on truth. Hold firm to virtue. Rely on loving kindness, and find your recreation in the arts. When something can be read without effort, great effort has gone into its writing. What the caterpillar calls the end, the rest of the world calls a butterfly. Remove the clowns from your life before you become one. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. I live in my own little world, but it's okay, they know me here. If you can't enjoy what you have, you can't enjoy more of it. Everything is hard before it is easy. Accepting oneself does not preclude an attempt to become better. In the end, the world always wins. That's just the way of things. It was always the becoming he dreamed of, never the being. A frog in a well cannot conceive of the ocean. Flow with whatever may happen and let your mind be free. I always felt like you had to be important to have enemies. You grow mentally weak when your life is too comfortable. The goal is to reduce the time of suffering, not eliminate it. Appear at points which the enemy must hasten to defend. March swiftly to places where you are not expected. In order to attain the impossible, one must attempt the absurd. It's good to do uncomfortable things. It's weight training for life. And if my heart be scarred and burned, the safer I for all I learned. In the midst of darkness, he alone sees the dawn. In the midst of the soundless, he alone hears harmony. Art should comfort the disturbed and disturb the comfortable. If you want to tell people the truth, make them laugh, otherwise they'll kill you. If tomorrow were never to come, it would not be worth living today. To forget the whole world is easy. To make the whole world forget you is hard. If your actions don't live up to your words, you have nothing to say. If I work hard enough, there will be things I can do tomorrow that I can't do today. Sometimes the grass is greener. Sometimes it is sick. I've had a lot of worries in my life, most of which never happened. A wise general makes a point of foraging of the enemy. Only those who attempt the absurd can achieve the impossible. I speak gibberish to the civilized world, and it replies in kind. And there are really never endings, happy or otherwise. I'm not afraid of storms, for I am learning how to sail my ship. You show me a capitalist, and I'll show you a bloodsucker. Strange, what being forced to slow down could do to a person. We may be small, and we may be young, but we will shake the world for our beliefs. The butterfly counts not months, but moments, and has time enough. Don't get so busy making a living that you forget to make a life. I encounter one example after another of how relative truth is. All men know the use of the useful, but nobody knows the use of the useless. Sometimes you recognize truth because it destroys you for a bit. If you are willing to go out on a limb, the tree of life holds endless possibilities. You are in charge of your own happiness. You don't need to wait for other people's permission to be happy. When a wise man points at the moon, the imbecile examines the finger. You know, the minute you stop thinking about it, it'll happen. If the road is easy, you're likely going the wrong way. Imagination is everything. It is the preview of life's coming attractions. People who fit don't seek. The seekers are those that don't fit. It does not matter how long you live, but how well you do it. Our lives can't be measured by our final years. Of this I am sure. The truth will set you free, but not until it is finished with you. Always stand up for truth, regardless of who steps on it. It is better for the heart to break than not to break. Don't fast forward through life. You'll miss all the good stuff along the way. I do maintain that if your hair is wrong, your entire life is wrong. I speak to everyone in the same way, whether he is the garbage man or the president of the university. During a conversation, listening is as powerful as loving. Great results can be achieved with small forces. If you are not having fun, you are doing something wrong. A whetstone, though it cannot cut, may sharpen a knife that will. Maturity is when you stop complaining and making excuses and start making changes. The most common form of despair is not being who you are. If a man takes no thought about what is distant, he will find sorrow near at hand. The fear of appearances is the first symptom of impotence. The way to screw up somebody's life is to give them what they want. Our moral economy went bankrupt long before our financial one. Stop being okay with everything. Life did not intend to make us perfect. Whoever is perfect belongs in a museum. To be alone is to be different. To be different is to be alone. We don't have to defeat any individual but our own self. Light in your mind is better than darkness in your soul. Prioritize your physical and mental health. They are your most valuable assets. Wake up with determination. Go to bed with satisfaction. Create your own miracles. Do what you think you cannot do. The hardest thing of all is to find a black cat in a dark room, especially if there is no cat. The mistakes I've made are dead to me, but I can't take back the things I never did. If you want to lead them, you must place yourself behind them. I never trust frank and simple people whose stories hold together. When you are content to be simply yourself and don't compare, or compete. Everyone will respect you. The older I grow, the more I distrust the familiar doctrine that age brings wisdom. We have 4 problems: overthinking, trust, share, love. When we're connected to others, we become better people. Sometimes your circle decreases in size, but increases in value. It takes writing 1 billion bad words before you get to the good ones. The trouble is, you can shut your eyes, but you can't shut your mind. The true vocation of man is to find his way for himself. 2 things are infinite: the universe and human stupidity, and I am not sure about the universe.